Today we're going to be talking about 15 things you might not know about the After Hours DLC. We're going to be jumping all over the place today, talking about some unreleased content, talking about some changes to the nightclubs because of what actually happened today, and a whole lot more. All right, so let's start with some unreleased content first, and we're going to be getting this information from FunMW2. So you know that Rockstar is adding some adversary modes into this update. They're called remixed versions of some of the older ones. I know everyone loves adversary modes. I don't know why Rockstar keep adding these into the game. Well, apparently remix versions of Come Out to Play and Offense Defense were cut from this DLC. And also a new adversary mode codenamed Detonate the Bomb was also cut. No one knows if Rockstar is planning them for a future update or if we will never see them again. Needless to say, Rockstar keep adding adversary modes, and these ones aren't even new. They're literally just reduxed versions of older ones we've had in the game for a while now. So I kind of wish Rockstar would focus on something different other than adversary modes. I don't know. I just don't like them really at all for the most part, and the ones they remixed aren't that great either. But anyways, that was the first thing today. The second thing today, you guys know there's going to be a new treasure hunt coming soon for the RDR2 hatchet. Well, it actually has a very special ability. This is coming from FunMW2. He says the Stone Hatchet Rampage mode makes you immune to headshot damage. You still take damage, but headshots won't have that extra damage to kill you instantly. It restores your health to 100% instead of 50 and double the health regen rate. So this Rampage mode that the Stone Hatchet gets is pretty insane. Now, I don't think it's going to be overpowered because you have to have the hatchet out in order to be in that mode, but still, that's pretty nuts right there. So it's going to be fun to see just how powerful that is when the hatchet is added to online. Moving on, FunMW2 gives us some details on how to get the trophies in our office at our nightclub. So there's 3 trophies. The first one is the Star Trophy, called the #1 nightclub. And in order to get this trophy, you have to keep your nightclub popularity over 90% for a certain number of hours. In order to get the gold trophy, it's 11.2 hours, silver is 5.6 hours, and bronze is 2.4. Now, the other trophy is called the Dancer Trophy. Now, you have to spend time dancing to the DJs. Gold is 6 hours, silver is 3 hours, and bronze is 1 hour. And when the other DJs are out, like the Tale of Us Dixon, etc., you can dance to one DJ for 30 minutes and then do it again to a different DJ to achieve the bronze award. And then the Battler Trophy, which is the Fist Trophy, you have to win various business battles. So in order to get the gold trophy, you have to win 20 business battles. Silver is 10 and bronze is 3. And then there are other trophies related to each type of cargo. Like, for example, it might be a crate or a impotent rage statue. In order to get them, you have to sell a full shipment of each type of cargo. That's the only way in which you can get something like that to appear in your nightclub. After that, let's talk about some details regarding the Kiflam Easter egg. So FunMW2 says it's really random. You have to keep ordering shots of the Macbeth whiskey. There are many locations you could end up in, but the last one is either the Epsilon building or on top of Mount Chiliad. If you got the latter, you were that close to achieving it, so keep trying. So to clarify what FunMW2 means here, he says it's totally random. Some people think it's impossible to get, but if you got the Mount Chiliad one, then you confirmed that it's not. The game chooses a random value of 0 to 30. 0 to 29 is a bunch of random locations. 30 is special because it's one location of 2 variants, the Epsilon building or Mount Chiliad, and we know that if you spawn on the Epsilon building, you get the rare Epsilon t-shirt. So basically, you have a 1 in 30 chance of getting it, and then you have a 50-50 chance of getting it if you get that 1 in 30 chance. So that's why it's pretty rare, because it is kind of difficult in order to obtain. A fun fact about the DJs, according to FunMW2, they all have different wires. Like all of their little sets and electronics are different. So that's kind of cool. I would have just assumed that Rockstar would have used the same one for each, but it seems like they've gone into a lot of detail here, and each of the DJ setup has their own sort of little electronics and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. I'm sure you guys know Rockstar added a new radio station today. It's called Los Santos Underground Radio. Well, they added it to Grand Theft Auto Online, but they did not add that to single player. So Rockstar, once again, not showing love to single player, and the new radio station is only in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm really not too sure why. It'd be fun to have it in single player too. The number 7 spot today, be prepared to get a lot of annoying calls when the Terabyte comes out. So you guys know if you don't have a hangar or a bunker or a facility, you get random calls from like Agent 14, Ron, Lester saying, buy this, buy that. Well, the same thing is going to happen if you don't own a Terabyte. You're going to get constant calls from Paige, who is going to be a new contact. Now, we worked with Paige in the Heist update, but we never got her as a contact. When the Terabyte is available, you will, and she's going to call you all the time if you don't buy one. Basically forcing your hand to get one of these things just to get rid of those annoying phone calls. So be prepared for that when the Terabyte comes out. Rockstar love to just annoy people with phone calls and text messages. It's something they must get a kick out of doing because they do it all the time in almost every update. A weird change that Rockstar made today, apparently raids will no longer happen while you're watching TV or monitoring security cameras in your biker business. So I guess they're just trying to help people with AFK farming. I'm really not too sure. This is a background update that occurred today. They also made a couple of other fixes and changes as well. We're not sure what those are, but by far the biggest one to come out of that is now you can watch TV and monitor your security cameras and you won't get raided, which is nice. Let's talk about some more details regarding population. So the reason we're talking about this is because a new DJ was added into the game. So if you book a new DJ, which today would be the Tale of Us, your population goes up to 100%, which is kind of cool. Dancing in the nightclub, population goes up 1%. Completing nightclub promotion missions, your population goes up 10%. And destroying rivals promotion missions, your population goes up 5%. So by far, the best way to get your population to 100% is by booking a new DJ. That, of course, requires $100,000, though. So at the end of the day, it is pricey to get that population back up to 100. And I think that can only happen 3 times at a maximum. Well, I guess 4 times if you count the original time you got Solomon, because there's only 4 total DJs. Now, speaking of the new DJs being added, since this is the first instance in which we've had the opportunity to switch between DJs, in case you want to know how much that is, it's $10,000. So to go from Solomon to the Tale of Us, it's going to be $10,000 every time you want to do that. Now, also, speaking of the Tale of Us, this is the first time in which I have seen the dry ice used in my nightclub. So dry ice is an upgrade that you can put to your nightclubs, and apparently it's supposed to happen randomly. I never saw it happen once with Solomon, but I've already seen it happen a couple of times with the Tale of Us. So it's definitely got to be specific to like certain DJs and their sets. Either way, the dry ice is pretty cool. I was kind of wondering when this would ever happen. I like it. I wish it was a little bit more robust, but dry ice finally happens now, which is kind of cool. Something I completely missed on the Maibatsu Penumbra is another livery. This livery called Vinyl-tastic is actually another Fast and Furious reference. So this is supposed to be a parody of Roman's livery from one of the original Fast and Furious movies, which is really cool. Now, his was a convertible, which obviously the Penumbra is not, but it has that same sort of vibe going on right there. So that's pretty cool. Another Fast and Furious reference right there, which is awesome. This update is packed full of them, so no shock that Rockstar has added another one. Speaking of these vehicles that are going to be getting new liveries, the Cocket Classic is getting one. It's getting a really cool one called American Made. Not American Made, it's like American Made. The only problem with it is they have the wrong manufacturer on there. Instead of it being Invetero, or whatever that brand is, it's DeClasse, which is not the right brand. Rockstar is already forgetting the brand in which their vehicles are. So that is frustrating because one of the best looking liveries now doesn't make sense. At least it bothers me, maybe because I'm OCD or something like that. Another thing that's pretty cool, because the Tale of Us is now a new DJ, the game actually reflects when you've just changed DJs. So all last week, all I had outside my nightclub and inside my nightclub were Solomon posters. Now on the inside, it's Tale of Us posters, and on the outside, it's a mix of Solomon and Tale of Us posters. I wonder if that will fully become Tale of Us as like a day or two goes by, but that is pretty cool how like the game reflects you actually making changes to the DJs, which I think is really cool. I'm glad that Rockstar made the nightclubs really dynamic, and the way they look on the outside and the inside certainly reflects that as well. And the final thing we're going to be talking about today at the number 15 spot, it seems as if Rockstar have some more racing content coming up a little bit later in this update. So XXII found another sort of racing style, I guess update would be the right word because it's not a new DLC. It's called Southern San Andreas Special Sports Circuit. I know, that's very confusing to the last DLC we got, which was Southern San Andreas Super Autos. This is Special Sports Circuit. And I will leave a link to his video in the description. Long story short, he believes that a lot of the new vehicles we're getting with like race car style liveries, like the Jester Classic and the Penumbra and stuff like that. The reason we're getting all that is because Rockstar is doing a little bit of a mini racing DLC. And that's going to be coming, I guess, within the next couple of months, I would assume, after Rockstar gets the DJ content out of the way, after they get the Terabyte out of the way, because that's sort of its own little hacker DLC built in there. So I can imagine that coming pretty soon. And I think that is going to be coming out before Red Dead Redemption 2 and just more filler content before Rockstar's new game. But anyways, that's all the information that I'm going to be talking about for you guys in this video today. Hopefully you did enjoy that. Right there is 15 things you may not know about the After Hours Nightclub DLC. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you have any other secret features or hidden details that you'd like to share with us? You can reach out to me there or on Twitter. That's even easier. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.